Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Charlotte 49ers, Jerry Richardson Stadium, and the fans have been filling this one up in anticipation of this clash. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Nevada Wolfpack, taking on a team from the AAC, the Charlotte 49ers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Nevada about to kick it off to get this game started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. So the Charlotte 49ers offense takes the field. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Caught behind the line. It's Weber. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. On 3rd down, going up top. Soft spot in the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The 49ers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Finds a tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Brown wants to pass. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Well, this defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and their coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on that. Great news, they've already registered a sack here early in this game.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. They're working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
And the 49ers have their offense in high gear. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Off play action. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Eighth play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a 3rd down conversion. Brown will throw it. He's got his man. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Number 96, on to kick it away.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. The 49ers will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The Nevada Wolfpack offense takes the field, and they'll go to work for the first time. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Henry. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying play action. It's complete to the left. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Now on second and short after the first down completion. Out of the gun, the inside handoff looking for a crease. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. He's looking to throw it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. After misfiring, it's second down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He leaves it with his back. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Lewis wants to pass. Throwing right. Makes a connection. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. He's going to pass. Got his man. They're not just using the running back as check down Charlie in the passing game. They're getting him downfield.
And take my matchups I like. If you're going to play man-to-man, who are you going to put on the running back? Do you want to put a linebacker on him? I like my chances, even with safeties. Those guys, listen, they aren't as great as corners and covering, so I like finding matchups and exploiting.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. He stopped quickly, but not before he has enough for the first down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. He's looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. Ball in the air. Intercepted.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking up the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking up the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. They reached deep in the playbook, used almost all of them, it seemed, Jesse, and still ended up having to punt last time.
And I think on this next drive, David, you can go back to some of the stuff that worked that last drive, too. Find the things that you had success with. You just got to be able to build on it.
And just break that extra tackle, make that extra play, make the guy miss, put a drive together so you can finish with some points.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Second down coming up. Brown wants to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. He's got his man. Makes the grab. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the 49ers will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Getting some heat. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Charlotte. And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, but I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Jerry Richardson Stadium.
The 49ers will line up to kick off and start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ashley. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. Off the play fake on first down. He tries to take the top off. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Bringing it back, it's Thomas. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And now the offense will come onto the field again. He'll come out throwing on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
As a defensive end, trust me, I was a defensive end, I can tell you, you start getting a little lathered up. Now you got your 2nd sack. It's only the 3rd quarter. Your eyeballs are getting big. This is going to be one of those days. I'm going to get me 3. I'm going to get me 4. Shoot, I might even get me 5.
The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. Brown will throw it. They're setting up the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's looking downfield to throw. He's got an open man, and he's brought down after a huge completion.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Quickly to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
And the 49ers are moving quickly down the field. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Brown.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
They'll leave it with him. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. Defense has been dominant. We reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Nobody's been able to get on the board as we check out the stats. It's easy to think back to 2014, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, the last time we had a game go into overtime as a scoreless tie. Let's see if that's the way this one goes as we start the 4th. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Brown wants to pass. He caught it. Touchdown, Charlotte. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Finally, we finally get some points on the board. The defense has been dominating the day. Unbelievable job. 3 quarters of shutout football. Now finally some points on the board. Let's see where this goes now once you've created some momentum.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. New Mexico State is going to enjoy the trip back to Las Cruces after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there in Aggie Memorial Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The crowd is going to tell you the result of this one. They are into it on this huge 3rd and 3. Unloads to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They want that clock to run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll try the counter. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Complete in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Lewis to throw. Picked off. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it 1st down at the 40.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. The quarterback takes a knee. In the postgame, if you start asking about the offensive struggles, the coach is probably going to say, let me tell you something, Mr. Television Announcer. They don't ask me how I won. They ask me if I won.
That is all that matters, Mr. Television Announcer, but I think you'd want to play better on offense. You'd want to score more points, but Reese, Jesse, I want to learn as I win. I don't want to learn as I lose.
And I know you're loving this one, David, because in today's era of modern college football, with all these spread offenses and up-tempo, we're used to seeing a ton of points. We're not used to seeing a lot of games like this. I wouldn't get used to seeing